Happy Monday, guys. Happy Easter Monday. I hope you guys had a fantastic Easter holiday weekend, Passover, Ramadan. We appreciate you all being here for our lunch break. Yes, I know some of you are on a lunch break or working from home. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Liking the video helps not only support our channel, but other channels that talk about the Real Housewives, talk about reality TV, that talk about pop culture. Be sure to do that. We are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac spinoff, Karen's Grande reunion. It premiered last night, and so many people were saying to me, it's on, it came on. Damn you, Bravo. You done set her up. Luckily, if you DVR Real Housewives of Potomac, this was DVR'd. Okay? So if you do DVR Real Housewives of Potomac, this was saved. So just check your DVR. I sent out an SOS last night that we would be recapping this today. Later this evening, later today, we will be recapping the ultimatum. Well, the ultimatum recap. Yes, the ultimatum on Netflix. We will be recapping just an ultimate recap. We're not going episode by episode. It's just not worth all that. But we will be breaking down all the couples later today at 5:30 p.m. Eastern here on the channel. Shout out to everyone that's already in the chat. Guys, don't forget to drop your crowns and your elephants and let me know where you're watching from. Look, I got a little dry mouth. Let me take a little sip from my coldest water bottle. Okay. And I've seen, for those that did get to see Karen's spinoff, all I've been hearing is great responses. And you guys keep it 100% real. 100% real. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, guys. I'm your boy, TheKempire. We are celebrating not only over 100,000 subscribers, we have hit 113,000 subscribers overnight. So thank you to all of you. Shout out to our new subscribers. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com. Don't forget to join our texting community. That way you get reminders of when we're going live, if there's breaking news. This is also where you're able to drop me tea. Yesterday afternoon at this time, we were talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And we were talking about Destiny and her receipts. Well, we have our own receipts because you guys slipped me some information. I'm just going to say this because, I mean, it's hard to deny a federal website. But Destiny's storyline this season is that she's been struggling, you know, since her divorce from the Chicken Man. You know, she has the new baby. She didn't tell Melody about her divorce. She all of a sudden came on and filmed a scene and says, yeah, well, we got a divorce. And everyone was like, what? There have been lots of allegations about her relationship with the Chicken Man. Did she cheat? Did he cheat? Allegedly, people were questioning if he was the father of the baby. We've been asking all kinds of questions about, well, is she not receiving child support? Is she receiving spousal support? They weren't married very long, and every state is different. We have to remember that. Every single state, for those that aren't within the United States, every state has its own rules and regulations. That's the whole thing here in the United States. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. But every state is very different in regards to what we consider public assistance. That is what Destiny said on Love and Marriage Huntsville yesterday. We're going to get into Karen's spinoff, but I had some news I wanted to get into. So she kept on saying she was on public assistance, and everyone was like, well, was she on food stamps? Did she get this or get that? We even had a caller call in and say, well, during the pandemic, certain states allowed for more. Even if you were making a certain amount of money, they would allow you to get food stamps. So, you know, I like to do my due diligence. So I said, I have to rewatch that scene. You know, there was a scene with Destiny and Maurice, okay, where she's talking about her struggles and things like that. Okay, of course, she's talking about her relationship with Melody, but that's neither here nor there. We care, but we don't care right now. So she was talking about her struggles during the pandemic. As you know, she has that beauty store that she owns in the building space. This season, she's talking about working with Marceau about building out that space so she's able to bring in money other places. She talked about using her credit cards to pay bills. She talked about how she was on public assistance. She also talked about how sometimes the beauty store was open, sometimes it was closed. Well, a lot of you are saying, well, a PPP loan is public information. So a few of you A few of you reached out to me with the information. A few of you reached out to me with the information. Some of you sent me screen caps. Some of you sent me SOSs. Some of you sent bird messages. Guys, join our texting community. That way you're able to drop me tea. Okay. So I had to watch the scene again because I said, let me make sure she didn't say she didn't receive a PPP loan. She says in this instance, well, Maurice says, when you talk about public assistance, you talk about a PPP, the PPP. And she's like, no, I didn't get a loan. I got public assistance. Y'all done slipped in my situation. I just want to point out everything's alleged, even though this is a public website. Okay. I don't know why she would deny this. To me, this would make more sense than public assistance. Why would she deny receiving a PPP loan? We know a lot of people that didn't deserve to receive one. I'm not saying that she didn't, but there were a lot of people that got PPP loans that are now in jail. She denied it on the show. Gloria's a professional FBI. You guys are the FBI. I just report what you guys bring to me. But you all told me that the PPP loan information is public information. So y'all Googled and schmoogled. And even, look, for those that think that, someone could have just forged this. Okay, let's go to the website. Let's go to the website. Hold on. Let me open up the website. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Let's go. Let's open up the website. Okay. You see the website? All right. We'll get back to the website. So she did allegedly, I'll just say allegedly, receive a PPP loan. Madani Group LLC is a limited liability LLC located in Huntsville, Alabama, that received a coronavirus-related PPP loan from the SBA for $20,832 in March of 2021. I don't understand why she would deny this, though. I think this is a better story than, oh, no, I was on public assistance. Everyone's been going down a rabbit hole trying to figure out, okay, what exactly was this public assistance that you received? A lot of people received the PPP loan. Well, then after I went to the website, I think we might know why she doesn't want to own up that she received this loan, even though it's public information. She hasn't paid it back yet, y'all. She hasn't paid it back yet. So I was I was scrolling. Okay, so it tells you the amount for the loan. The amount was approved on March 15th of 2021. It's an ongoing loan. It's from Wells Fargo Bank. Damn Wells Fargo. They're always trying to get us. Okay, but let's read this. So again, Madani Group LLC is in Huntsville, Alabama, received a paycheck protection loan of $20,832 through Wells Fargo Bank National Association, which was approved in March of 2021, a year ago. This loan has been dispersed by the lender and has not yet been fully repaid or forgiven. The exact status of ongoing loans is not released by the SBA. Okay. Just for some more information, the PPP calculation note, the total of the PPP loan is an eligible business or individual can receive is based on 2.5 times their average monthly 2019 payroll expenses, capped at $100,000 annually per employee. So there's not a lot of information that we have about the Madani Group LLC. What we do know, if it's a beauty supply store, Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for getting this information to us. If you just joined us, guys, we're going to talk about Karen's Grande reunion in just a second. We just had some follow-up information that we had to get into in regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville. As you know, Destiny has been saying throughout the season, I was on public assistance. And so many people kept on saying, okay, what exactly is that? And immediately, in that scene with Maurice is like, oh, so you received the PPP. She says no. At first I was like, maybe I misheard her. No, she says no, it was not a loan. Is she not going to pay the man back? She received over $20,000 allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly, even though it's... I'm just getting on my Vanna White right now. Destiny, you have to answer some questions at the reunion, on Nightcap with Carlos King. I don't know. You have some questions. Shout out to you guys for getting me the information, though. As soon as we went off live yesterday, you guys got me this information. But you all told me during the live, this is public information. That's why we know people like Kanye and other people. Yes, Kanye received the PPP. But if you have a business, there's nothing wrong with receiving the money. That's the thing. I think a lot of people were questioning, why would you get public assistance when you're making money here, you're making money there? This doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't she own the fact that she received a PPP loan? KKK says her story just didn't make sense. Nora says, so Destiny is a known liar then. Look, y'all know we don't defend Melody here. However, if we can't trust you to own up to something that's legitimate, why lie about this? Why lie about this? Let me answer this. Let me just thank some people. Thank you so much, Ann, for the super chat. Hiya from London. Enjoyed Miss Karen's show. Thank you. And that's what we're here for. Megan, thank you for the super chat. Megan's, oh, wait, no. Mega Million? There we go. Says, Wells Fargo is shady. They are probably using Wendy Williams' money to cover some of those PPP loans. Oh, Lord. No update on that situation just yet. Ginger, thank you so much for the super chat. Ginger says, get Destiny on the line. She has some explaining to do. So she can lie to me? I don't need her lying to me. Exactly, Danielle. What have I walked into? Danielle, we found the PPP loan. Destiny received a PPP loan, allegedly. I just have to say that. But this is on a public website. But the PPP loans, you guys kept on telling me, this is public information. This is part of the reason why we know certain celebrities receive this money. And there's nothing wrong with receiving this money. This money was there for businesses very much like Destiny's. Very much like Destiny. This is what it was there for. But why would she not own up to that? Did she not want her chicken man to know that she received this money? Okay, investigators. Now we need to know, is she receiving child support? Is that public information? Is she receiving child support? Is she receiving spousal support? I mean, they weren't married very long. So I don't know. Mary says Destiny wants sympathy. I don't know why. I mean, I would still feel for her in this instance if she had to, get a PPP loan. Her business is suffering. She had to close it down, open it, close it down, open it, close it down. Alex is like, who is Destiny? Guys, if you're just joining us, we had a Love and Marriage Huntsville update that we wanted to get into, but we're going to get into Karen's Grande reunion right now. Let me take this down. So let's get into this. Oh, man, I just had to bring that to you guys. I had to bring it to you. Karen has a new spinoff. It's only 2 parts. I kind of wish they made it 3 parts. 3 parts would have been perfect. 3 parts would have been perfect. Just because I just like that number. 3 is better than 2. It didn't need to be 10 episodes. It kind of feels rushed in part 1, but I'm loving it. And when we first were introduced to Karen's family in Surry, and we knew the story of how this Black family took over this former plantation and has built a business out of it, I was like, wow, I didn't realize that they would make a story out of this. However, I'm glad that they did. It's refreshing. And I know a lot of people are like, why you got to compare it to Portia's Family of Lies? Because we literally just had a Housewives spinoff. Now we have candies, which I really enjoy. Sidebar, Candy Taurus starts with a K. Karen Taurus starts with a K. Kempire Taurus starts with a K. But you know, I still give it to him. I still give it to him. I don't care if you're a Taurus. I don't care if I like you. Straight shooter. Guys, we're live on multiple platforms. Of course, we're live here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, but we're live on TikTok. I see you, TikTok. Thank you guys for being here. We are also live on Twitch and Twitter at TheKempire, live on Facebook. If you're not following us on Facebook, guys, follow us on Facebook at TheKempire and Kempire Daily. Okay. You know what, Danielle, I'm not even highlighting that comment. You don't have to say it like that, okay? We're all Black people, okay? Anyway, so back to Karen's Grande reunion, okay? I'm enjoying it. I'm glad that we're getting it. I don't know how this came about. I don't know if this was something that Karen brought to the executives and said, let's do this. I'm not sure if the executives saw the potential for the show and said, let's do it. But in comparison to what we got with Portia's Family of Lies, this feels authentic. This feels real. I feel the love between these people. And I love the fact that we're getting to see more into these people. And they're actually very interesting people in them as individuals. But of course, Karen being the Grande Dame, I didn't realize how much I miss Karen's face on TV and her just snappy, shady, and funny moments and quirky moments. I was like, oh, I miss Karen. I miss Karen. Karen. So if you don't know what Karen's Grande Dame reunion is, this is Karen's little spinoff. It's a two-part spinoff where we get to meet her family from Surry. You know, she's very much from Surry. She may not, you know, she may have filmed the test video for Surry in Potomac, but she's very much from Surry, a small town down south. But she has a family business, a family farm down there that's been in the family for many, many years. She's delving into her family. We're getting to meet all of her family, her nieces, her cousins, her brother. I forgot she had a brother. Of course, her sister's there. Her sister, we're going to see the sister next week. I had to do a recap of this because I was like, it's a two thing. I know you guys want, some of you didn't even know it came on last night. But you know I'm a straight shooter. Karen. Oh, Karen. What? I don't know if it's the makeup or the fillers here. She's admitted to having fillers. I don't know if this was fresh off of getting a filler treatment. I don't know if it's the makeup or if it's the filler. I didn't like this confessional look for her. She looks much better here. But I love Karen. I think Karen is just natural. She's good TV. She's good reality TV. You know, when people say, oh, she doesn't have a storyline. Yeah, Karen doesn't need a storyline. She's funny. Ray really came out in last season's Real Housewives of Potomac. We're getting to see more of Ray. Ray is just silly and kooky. I can see how this relationship is fun and works, even if it's just a friendship. Let's move on. Let's move on. I love seeing Ray and his little kooky moments. Raven is a little ham. I didn't realize how much of a ham Raven is. Raven was traveling during the pandemic. They forgot to leave that. They left that part out. She was in Tulum. She was in London. They asked Ray who paid for it. Obviously, Ray. What is Raven doing now? I know she was here in New York working. What is she doing now? Is she leaning into becoming a reality star? Oh, I don't know about this. Look, girl. I don't love Raven's look here, but Raven's a beautiful woman too, though. She's a beautiful woman. Gloria says Raven is her mama's child. And Logan says baby Raven was outside. I mean, a lot of people were. I'm glad she's here to tell us about it, though. Shout out to DJ K Slay. Did you guys hear the news? DJ K Slay died yesterday, 55 years old, of COVID. People out here still dying from COVID, y'all. Mask up, social distance as much as you can, take the precautions as much as you can. I'm not saying you can't go out. I'm not saying you can't travel. But do what you can do to protect yourselves. And rest in peace to DJ K Slay. I saw that last night. I said, oh, people still dying. My cousin is literally still, first of all, my cousin is recovering after being almost on her deathbed from COVID. She's still recovering months later. One of my really good friends in Amsterdam is recovering. So still months later, still feeling brain fog and all kinds of different things. So like that, I'm still like, I don't want to get it because you don't know the long-term effects. All right, let me look. let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. So rest in peace to DJ K Slay. All right. Karen's Grande reunion. First of all, this was a long title. Karen, Real Housewives of Potomac presents Karen's Grande reunion. I'm enjoying it though. Part one, it felt like they were rushing a lot of stuff. That's why I feel like it could have been a 3-parter at least. Because it kind of went from, okay, we're talking about the family farm. The cousins are coming. They're visiting, hanging out. Okay, now we're in not Surry, but the town outside of Surry. Because Surry's a small town. You remember when we were doing the collab with Layla Lynn and Grace Report? Layla Lynn says she's driven past Surry. There's not a lot there. There's not a lot there. So I understand why they're staying out at a town outside of Surry. But the whole premise of this show is that the kids want a succession plan. Right now, Aunt Val, shout out to Aunt Val. Aunt Val sends me her with the sheer glee of talking about her guns and how she names her pistols. I was like, I like Aunt Val. I liked Aunt Val, though, from when we were introduced to her during RHOP. Something about her energy was just so welcoming, so Southern. I loved her then. But to know that she's this pistol whipping mama running this farm with her kids. The kids, this is the storyline. Look, we understand this is pre-produced, but this is reality TV, y'all. They want a succession plan. There's nothing in place. Okay, once, Aunt Val, God forbid, leaves this earth, what's going to happen? Look, I believe they already have a succession plan, but we'll play along. We'll play along. Raven doesn't want anything to do with it because she's her mother's daughter. But the cousins are like, I want to be able to come here and have the peace and still, be a part of the family farm. But Aunt Val's kids, David, you cute mother father. David has such personality. He knows how to dress. He's got dimples. He got that Southern drawl. And don't you guys start tagging David and says, ooh, Kempire, come on now, calm down. Y'all are like my mama. Y'all always trying to hook me up with someone. But I liked him. That's Aunt Val's son. And look, Samara says David's so cute. David is cute. Y'all are a mess. And Mary says, yes, he's very handsome. Yes. Adrian says, David is the breakout star. He has such great personality. But you saw the screen cap that I got. Are you dating anyone? Why wouldn't he say if he was dating anyone? Did he not want to tell his mama about David? I can't wait to talk about the ultimatum later because there's someone else that we're looking at. I mean, I'm not outing anyone. I'm just sharing what the vibe I'm getting. David, I'm getting a vibe, but that might be just me. I have never had good gaydar, so I apologize. If you're not, it's not anything that you said or did. And Major says, I need David to be straight. For your own purposes? David might have a woman. I don't know. You guys are your Jay says, I get the same vibe. Tanisha says, leave Randall alone. Y'all are a mess. We'll talk about Randall later. How old is David, though? How old is David? So Karen's Grande Dame reunion is all about them figuring out a succession plan. The cousins and the nephews and the nieces, they go to Karen and say, Karen, we believe you should be the one to talk to Aunt Val, the pistol whipping farm owner, her, We believe, Karen, you should go and talk to Aunt Val about this. And Karen's like, why me? And Karen alludes to something that she doesn't dig deep into. She says it's taken them a journey to be where they are today in regards to their relationship. So there may have been some issues. There may have been some issues in that relationship. Okay. I did get a picture of the family tree. I like this family tree. And I like this family. I feel like there's genuine love between them. I feel like they do talk to each other. I feel like, and this is what we didn't get from Portia's Family Blights. And I know you guys are, why are you comparing? Because these are Real Housewives spinoffs that literally just happened in the last 6 months. And I think this is why people like Karen's show. It's because it's refreshing. It's fun. There's not a lot of, there's no darkness happening here. Karen was a guest on Watch What Happens Live last night. And I always enjoy seeing Karen. She's just good for TV. She's good for TV. And I'm enjoying seeing her family. We got Aunt Val at the top. We got Michael at the top. We got to meet Michael this episode. We got to meet with David and Megan and Sharon. Bridget, Karen's sister. I don't know. I must have forgot that Karen had a brother, Mario. Okay. Mario's daughter is Alyssa. Brandon, we're not going to see. I think, she used the excuse that her son, Karen's son, Brandon, was not going to be there at the family reunion because of work or whatever. I think Brandon's just done with Real Housewives. I don't think he wants to be on the show. So we're not going to see him. I think this just showed us who's going to be on the show. Okay. So the people that you don't see, I believe that, even though we did see Sharon at the top, we don't see her picture there, but we did see Sharon. Maybe she's, they're not going to be officially on the show. Maybe look, those are the people that don't get a check. Okay. Wait, what am I ignoring, Mocha? I missed your comment. There's a lot of comments here. We have over 600 people in the building. Guys, I am going to drop the call-in link for you guys to call in. Let's get to 250 likes. We're talking about the RHOP spinoff that Karen Huger has gotten, Karen's Grande reunion, where she is going back to Surry. Yeah, she's going back. Well, technically going back to Surry. She's staying outside of Surry, but she's going back to Surry for a family reunion. And the reason why they're doing this family reunion, as you know, Karen's parents died a couple of years ago. So she's like, let's do it. My family did this when there's a lot of death in the family, like, oh, let's do a family reunion. We're tired of meeting and hanging out together only for sad moments. Let's do it for a joyous moment. So we're going to get more. We're going to get more from this family reunion, including Karen dancing. But you know what? I love the rich history behind this farm. If you don't know, farming in the U.S. has had, especially during the pandemic, but even before the pandemic, farming has been struggling for years. And they're talking about that. And the younger folk, David and his sister and cousins are talking about how they can bring this farm into the future, including maybe adding a winery or those types of things. But they want Karen to speak with Aunt Val. So in this very first part of the episode, we get to see Aunt Val. They have their own little party at this home that Karen is renting outside of Surry. So the entire family gets dressed up. They come. They have like the food looks great. The caterer. I feel like Karen must really know this caterer. I wonder if the caterer is from Surry or is someone from Potomac. The caterer was a hot mess too. But the food looked good. First sidebar, Karen, I got to get on you. Straight shooter. Not the night of the party, but the previous night when everyone came and they pulled out the food, and she pulled out the 3 little containers of food for how many people were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 people. And you were bringing out those little small, and then when they came to the living room, they all had these small plates. I said, not David's grown self, off that small plate. I know he was hungry after that. I was hungry after watching that. Y'all know we look at the food. We pay attention. The food for the next day party, though, was a lot of food. But the night before, I would have been hungry. I traveled all that way, and this is what you giving me? Those little, I thought that one little bowl of shrimp I don't eat shrimp, but the shrimp and spaghetti, I was like, that could handle, so it says 7 big, Sharon says 7 big people. Daniel says, exactly. What kind of host is that? We pay attention to these things. We're always talking about who's a good host, who's a bad host. We already talked about Kenya Moore and, the South Carolina trip. We talked about Jackie in the Real Housewives of Potomac and her keg party. Now we got to talk about Karen the night before, though. She made up for the next day for her party. There was plenty of food. It was catered. And when they went to her home in Potomac and she was like, oh, let's go get some dinner. She's pulling out the pizza out of the oven in the boxes. Daniel says, and she had them sleep in the basement. You know what? Then she said the meat was scarce. Oh, wait. N Major says, did you hear Karen Sneeze say she liked how Karen hosted? I mean, the pizza, I have to say, though, mind you, I had pizza yesterday, but seeing the pizza again today, I was like, I can get some pizza. I love pizza. I can eat pizza several days in a row. I didn't mind the pizza the first night, but when they went to Hariko, I think is the name of the place, outside of Surry, and they came to the house and she just had those 3 bowls of food for them, for those grown folks. I don't know. All right. Like pizza does sound good, right? They have furniture moving in that basement. I can't. Okay, Sandra says, love the spinoff. Nice family dynamic so far. A pleasant change from Housewives drama. Good for Karen. I do too. And then that's the same feeling that we're getting from Kandi and the gang. It's a different premise, but it feels organic. It feels natural. Yes, there's some pre-produced moments, but I'm liking it. David is the breakout star. I have to give to David. Karen is the star, period. She's shining bright. And I think Aunt Val is going to show us something, but that's her child. David is her child. But they're trying to figure out a succession plan. They're trying to figure out who is going to take over Wooden Farm after Aunt Val isn't there. We find out that Aunt Val is, first of all, very strong personality, pistol whipping woman who names her pistols. Did you guys see the sheer glee in Aunt Val's face when she was talking about her pistols and rifles? I was like, damn. Like, I really believed that. Like, she's like, yeah, I love it. What was it? My Buster Brown? Yes, let's talk about the cougar vibes. Donna says, I like her cougar vibes. So did the caterer. The caterer's like, she's like me. Okay, caterer, calm down. Go back and handle the food. But Aunt Val shows up. We already knew that she was coming with a date, but no one knew who this date was. I don't know if I believe that. But this guy that she comes with is like 40 years old. Aunt Val, I think she might be 60. I don't know. But they're saying there's a 20-year difference. She shows up and her son is not having it. Her son is not having it. But she talks about how much she leans on her son. You know, he works the farm along with her. And I'm sure they're very, very close. And he's like, I know this man. We find out in Surry, though, there's a lot of mixed blood. They even show us an actual pie grid. I don't think that pie grid is accurate. But that's a little worrisome. The mixed blood in Surry. So she's dating this younger man that David knows, who used to be in the band with him, of course. When you're in a small town, everyone knows everyone. I don't know if I believe this relationship, but I guess we'll wait and see if there's more. But good for Aunt Val. Somebody need to be breaking that back. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to get your coldest water bottle. They don't just have water bottles, though. They have everything there. They have ice packs. They have things for your pets. They have pillows. Head on over to coldest.com and use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. That, again, is KEMP10 for 10% off. And thank you in advance for supporting the channel. And also, don't forget, a new episode of my podcast came out over the weekend. For those that may have missed it, Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. And the video version will be coming out this week. So stay tuned for that. If you missed last week's episode, be sure to check that out and subscribe to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. That's where those videos will be posted. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. And then here, Gloria says, polished Medea. I was crying. Yeah, when they referred to Karen that way. Karen, like I said, I enjoyed seeing Karen be back on our TV screens. I'm sad that it's only a 2-parter, but I'm also glad that they're not dragging this whole situation out. I'm guessing they needed something in between. I'm also hearing Married to Medicine won't be coming until the summer, so probably like June, July. They're literally in the middle of filming their confessionals and whatnot. So if you're looking forward to Married to Medicine, we're probably not going to get that till like June or July, according to Dr. Heavenly. Summer. So we shall see what that's going to look like. As you also know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta is supposed to premiere on May 1st. Then the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will premiere on May 11th. My birthday. A proud Taurus. Yes. Yes. Vicky says Karen is so classy. Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you for coming through. I know a lot of you are on your lunch break. So let me drop the call-in link so you can call in and share your thoughts on some of the things that we talked about. Destiny lying about her PPP loan. Karen's new spinoff. Let's make it quick, though, because everyone's on lunch, including me. I haven't had lunch yet. You know how I get when I'm hungry. Let me drop the call-in link. Guys, if you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you're not just getting reality TV recaps here on the channel. You're getting everything in pop culture. So stay tuned for some more news that's out there. So let me just drop this here. I see y'all being messy. Don't be shading Karen. Karen got her own little spinoff, though. I know a lot of people are mad. They're literally in the middle of filming Real Housewives of Potomac right now. Right now, they're in the middle of filming it. Hold on, y'all. Alex, very good question. Alex wants to know, wait, what do they farm? Well, apparently I don't know what they're currently farming, but they've done soybeans. They've done a variety of different things on this particular farm. I want the merch. Karen, I hope you are ready to put out some merch for the farm. I'm sure maybe the farm itself has a website, maybe, so we can get a Wooden Farms. Now that I would buy. Karen, can we get a Wooden Farm merch? Just saying. Just Simply says, now I'm hungry for pizza, Kempire. I have some leftover pizza, so you already know, but I'm going to eat. All right, let me get lunch break crew. Yeah, shout out to everyone watching from home. Shout out to everyone watching during their lunch break. Let's get into these callers because I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me just put everyone's name up so that we can do that. There we go. All right, Mel, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Mel?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing good. You know what's so funny now? Y'all got me going to get some pizza too, because that last night the episode had me thinking about the pizza and the food. But you know what, Karen? Okay, so I have a love and like I have a sort of complicated. So I'm sorry. You know what? I have a complicated response to Karen, and that's what I can say about that. But that being said, she was very funny. The family was delightful. You know what, Kempire? This is the first spin-off series this year that I've actually watched. I didn't watch Portia. That's why I didn't call him for Portia. And I did not watch the current Candy's thing. I watched a little bit, but Karen's the first one I've actually dived into. And also, I want to say that she's funny because she keeps shading Surry County. Now, she didn't film that Dawn on Taurus clip in Surry County.
Well, that was the test clip. The actual one that was released was filmed in Surry.
Okay. I know the first one, when they got in the confession, she said, well, where did you finish? She said, And then when she went to do the staying in Surry, she said, I'm not staying in Surry. I'm going to stay wherever she was staying at last night. So, that part was very funny. But the family's delightful. Her nephew, whatever, very cute guy. And I don't know, just was a very delightful, fun. And her husband, Mr. Black Bill Gates, he was just as fun as he always is. And
wait, sidebar. One thing I forgot to mention: why did Karen have to bring up that her and Ray had sex?
Maybe the producers told her to do it. I don't know. Maybe it was a surprise to her. It could have been.
No, we appreciate you calling in, Mel.
Thank you.
Have a good day. That just came to me. I was like, why did she bring that? But she does that. If you know Karen, she does that. And we're like, we didn't need to hear this. And the kids had that reaction too. We didn't need to hear this. Why are you bringing this up? Okay. All right, Adrian, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Adrian?
Hey, babe, can you hear me?
Oh, you sound a little low.
Uh-oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that polished Medea comment had me dying. But I think they better be careful with that mixed blood pie grid because they're all light bright in that small town. Remember, I called and told y'all what happened with my mother. Found out her best friend growing up was her sister from down the street, so they better be careful. But I was glad to see all of the overall message of generational Black wealth and sustainability. I had watched a documentary about Black farming and Black farmers. You know, they've been given bad seed, intentionally given
Mm.
genetically modified seed, not being able to get agricultural loans. So I don't think people realize how big this is that this Black family was able to sustain this. That's why I watched. I think that it's very responsible for those children, the next generation, quote unquote, to be having this conversation. That's not something you want to wait until people are halfway on their deathbed. I think Ray telling his family's precautionary tale about that same thing
Yes.
was important. You don't do that. I've represented families. I represent a family right now. When someone has died and the house or the property got to go through probate, it gets ugly. Feelings are involved. You got all these outside professionals involved. This is the time that you talk about this kind of stuff when everybody is still young and lucid and in their right mind, right?
But do you believe that they haven't talked about this?
I believe that they probably have had some discussions about it, but I do think it's important for them to display this. Now, let me say this. I am not an attorney. I ain't passed nobody's bar exam, but I will tell you what I've seen the attorneys do the times that I've represented estate sales like this. So what you do is you take that house, and I'm sure they probably have Wooden Farms LLC, but you take that LLC, so you get the legal protection, and you put that inside of a trust fund. So you get the legal protection of LLC, but the generational wealth protection of trust. That trust fund is what allows it to pass on to the next generation without the courts being all messed up and have to go through probate and stuff. But I
Yes, I've
think
heard
that,
that
and
before.
to me, with the fact that Val's kids have been running it, and I believe it, they probably came up under her, watching her run it and everything, right?
Yeah.
Pay them a salary. Pay them a salary to continue in their capacity as operating, the farm. But and let that, well, I thought what David was talking about, he was throwing out different things that could have it as a cash flowing property. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to live off that land. That's why their grandparents got it for them. So
Mm.
whether it be a winery or whatever it is, go ahead and pay them a salary the same way you would pay an outside person to come in and manage it, right?
I
So you
hope they're
pay them
listening.
pay so you pay them a salary. So you understand when a family, so the one family member don't feel like they getting to take advantage of doing more than the other. So
Mm.
go ahead and pay them, but then you have that the wealth that's generated from it. That is what gets dispersed out to the rest of the family in the form of like a quarterly dividend payment, because they
Mm.
all do remember that the grandparents got it so that the descendants can enjoy the wealth produced from the land. So
Yeah.
that if it were me, that's how I would do it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
but
think this is
anyway,
how they should
but
do it too.
I
If they're
know.
not already doing that.
I'm sure, like I said, if they were sophisticated enough to be able to sustain it all these years, I'm sure that they have something in place. But I think just for us watching this, I would love to see them go ahead and explain how they work that out as a
Yeah.
family. But I'll
Yeah.
be watching. I love it. I'll be watching.
I feel like this first episode, that's why I feel like it should have been at least maybe 3, 4 max episodes,
Agree.
because it'd be nice to hear those types of conversations. We appreciate the little humor and of course the basic understanding. But if we could have a better understanding of how they are running this farm and how this farm has been successful for the
Right.
last few years, that would also be great.
100% agree. Agree. But I'll be watching, love. All right,
Thank you so
babe.
much.
See you later. Bye
Have a
bye.
good day. Adrian always comes through with some knowledge, y'all. I appreciate that. And I have heard about that before because, look, I'm always thinking about my business and stuff too. In my opinions, backstage, we're going to bring her up. What's going on in my opinion?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Now, let me tell you something. You up there talking about David? Don't make Aunt Val come with Buster Brown for you. You know she said, Buster Brown that revolver.
But do you blame me? You see this man?
No, I don't blame you. That's all right. You get it how you can get it.
Oh,
Hey, look, don't be like Andy Cohen. He can't get it at all.
in my opinion, you're a mess today. Okay. All right. All right. Let's focus.
Okay, so yes, I love this show. Let me tell you something. I've been waiting for it because, like, Karen is the MVP for me. Off
Mm,
for off for Real Housewives of Potomac. And so it's really nice to see her where she don't have to fight with somebody every second or, prove that, she is who she is.
mm.
And I just think that this put her in a good light. And I love seeing Raven out
Uh-oh. You went mute for a second.
leaving.
Oh,
Yeah. So it was nice seeing her, you know. And let me tell you, that dress she had on, baby, it was nice. Okay,
Mm.
baby, she was dressed. Took them a while to come downstairs because they were styling.
Yeah, right. You guys are making a grand entrance.
And and then let's go back to the one you were saying before with Destiny.
Oh.
Y'all know I'm in Alabama.
Mhm.
So I think what she was saying is because you know she specifically said no, I didn't. When he said you got public assistance, she said no, I didn't get public assistance. And then I saw that on Destiny page. She said people see that I got a PP loan and think that's the assistance that I got, but I got other public assistance as well. So I don't know what the other public assistance is
Yeah.
because that's not public record. The only thing I could think of is that, you know, here before you can get a divorce easily,
Mm.
but as far as child support, because she wouldn't classify for spousal support, because here in Alabama you have to be married 10 years to even be qualified for spousal support,
Oh, wow.
and she didn't make that threshold. But child
Not even
support
close.
child support would be, and child support is really low here. Like we have a really low threshold here. He only has to pay 12% of his income in child support. So we got the really lowest in child support here. It sucks, okay? And it takes a long time to get it started. I
Yeah.
mean, they run you through hoops and hoops and hoops. So I would say let's wait and see what she, you know, puts out because I do want to hear more about it. I don't want to say that she's an actual liar because I don't know, but I would like to hear more about it. And you know what, Kempire, maybe you could do that interview and get it out
No.
for us.
No. Mm. I do want to point out something because I did watch the scene again. Maurice says to her, "Did you? Oh, so you received a PPP loan?" She said, "No, I did not receive a loan."
Yeah, but he only said that after he said she got public assistance,
No,
and
no.
he said,
Public
"Oh,
assistance
you
came
mean?"
after.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, you mean PPP loan?"
And she said, "No, I received public
And she
assistance."
said, "No." Yeah, she said, "I received public assistance." So I think what the thing
Oh,
is
they
that
trying.
she did receive some. Like I said, I don't know what it is, Kempire,
Yeah. No, no
but
one
we'll be
does.
watching.
We sitting here trying to figure it out, but it's we're going to get answers. Carlos King's going to ask.
Hey, I'm in Alabama. If I got to, I'm gonna go down on the hustle myself and do my.
It might be.
I
We
ain't no but an
appreciate you
hour.
calling
I
in.
ain't no but an hour and 25 minutes from them, so I have to
Oh,
go down there and do
well,
me some research.
keep us posted, okay?
Okay.
Have a good night. A good day. Oop. Good night. All right, Mocha, I'm going to bring you up. For those that are just joining us, we are recapping and talking about Karen's spinoff from Real Housewives of Potomac, Karen's Grande reunion. If you're part of the replay crew, I want to know how you would rate this episode. I want to know what you thought of the episode. Who is the breakout star for you? Are you enjoying? Do you want to see more of it? Let's continue that conversation there. Based off of the poll on YouTube, with almost 500 votes, you guys rated this between 7 and 10, 65% of the vote. So that's a really good rating. All right. Mocha, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Mocha?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. The reason why we were saying in the chat that you were ignoring me because I was saying that time I saw David, I got how you doing vibes from him.
Oh, so I didn't see that.
I got that through the phone. So I was like, how you doing,
You
David?
got that through the phone. Leave it, David.
I should say through the TV. How you doing, David? So I want to find out what sign he is, so maybe we could hook this up.
Y'all always didn't I say a disclaimer at the top?
Listen, stay tuned. We got this, Kempire. You don't worry about us. We got this. Okay. And as for Destiny, listen. In my opinion, I love you. You may not call her a liar. I'm here in Connecticut. I'm gonna call her a liar. And we got to see what she means by public assistance because I can't listen. They live in Alabama. Alabama is a red state. They don't want to give you jack. Up here in Connecticut, we're going to look out. We're going to help you out. Down there, they don't want to give you jack. So you can't tell me you're on a TV show, you got a Mercedes, you got a house, you got a business, and you got welfare. Come on now. They don't even want to help people that work at McDonald's, Publix, Circle K, Piggly Wiggly, and everywhere else. Like, come on now. Come on. Like, let's think smart. They don't want to help out regular people that work regular jobs.
Yeah.
But they want to help her out that was on TV. No way. I want more of Karen's show. I put in the chat. There's a Black Farmers Association. They've been battling because when Joe Biden, when the Biden administration was giving Black farmers money, because when Trump came in, I guess they gave them money. White farmers went in and they made a lawsuit, so that stopped the money going to the Black farmers. So there's a big issue now. There's an issue with Frito-Lay because they don't want to buy the potatoes from Black farmers. There's a whole bunch of things going on with Black farmers. So everybody Google that and look it up. John Boyd is the president of the Black Farmers Association. He's always on Roland Martin Unfiltered and on other platforms talking about it. So there's like Black farmers have been really going through a lot. So they really need support. And I believe they're based in Virginia. So everybody Google it, look it up, and support them even by subscribing to their email thing that they have going on.
Thank you so much, Mocha. We appreciate you calling in and sharing that information. Bye. Wow. I kind of wish we got more of this information about the Black farmers' struggle on the show. I don't know what part 2 is going to be like, but I would, she already talked a little bit about that, but I really wish that we got more of that information because I didn't realize that this was, I knew that, look, America. Hold on, y'all. Let me just do this. Let me take a sip from my water bottle. I'm going to bring Danielle up in a second. I know a lot of people are on lunch break, so I'm going to try and keep this under an hour, but if you can't, you'll come back after your lunch break and watch the replay. Okay. Danielle, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Destiny.
Oh damn. Mm-hmm. Not rubbing your eyes.
Because at this point, and I feel like she should know this. This is what, her 3rd season, even as a friend of on the show, she should know social media, people in the comments, people watching, they're going to get her. They're going to do their research. They're going to get the Google schmoogle and they're going to find stuff out and they're going to call her out on her stuff. And for so many, well, not so many, but the 3 seasons that we've had her, everyone has been Team Destiny because they're like, Destiny's cool. She comes with them until she started lying about the chicken man and we never understood her story. So now we still don't understand how you got to Alabama, pregnant, married, divorced, 8 days after the baby. We don't understand, like you didn't give us that. And now you're giving us holes in your story and you completely lied about the PPP. And here's the thing I don't understand about that. Maurice was trying to help you financially. So why aren't you being honest with him about the financial? So if you received the loan, like he needs to know that you had that money so he can kind of help you manufacture or create whatever financial plan he's trying to help you get to. So it's just like lying to anybody about someone who's trying to help. Like if there's, it's like.
What do you think the intentions would? What would you think the intentions though to lie about that? First of all, because it's public information, but also there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people, including Kanye, received a PPP loan.
Thousands of people received it, and here's the only thing I can think of, and this is dropped just off the top of my head as we're talking. If PPP was to help you maintain your business during COVID, respectfully. What did she put on that application on why she needed? Because every scene that they show of her in her store, in her business, she never had workers. It was always her. When Martell came to her with that box of stuff, it was only her working. When she had the open, like the soft launch, she never introduced, and not that she needed to, but she never introduced, hey, I have so-and-so working with me here. Like it was none of that. We've only seen her in the business. So. And
she also said she has to close down and she's not available to be there. So,
well, you're not available to be there because you're a mother of a newborn. Like we totally understood that part. So
yeah, but why would you close down if you had employees? You wouldn't need to be there, right?
Well, no. I think she's trying to use her words, and like she said, Melody knows how to use her words, but she hasn't caught up to Melody's level of how to use words because everyone had to close down. So there's that. And I'm sure people needed hair products so they couldn't get to the hair salon. So you're a beauty supply store.
And what she said on the show, it wasn't just the fact that she had to close down because of the pandemic. She alluded to that she opened and closed because of finances and things like that.
Yeah, that means you weren't supposed to be opening that store to begin with, if that's the case. So you use the PPP to kind of bail you out, but you still had a line of application for that because technically you probably shouldn't open the store. But moving on to Karen. So I said I came late. I came late. I watched Karen last night, and initially I was not pleased. I was so bored. I was texting my girlfriend. I was like, "Why isn't Karen's show fun?" Like But sitting here chatting with you guys, I announced, please take that picture down because that outfit, that fake European look that she's given, I'm like, Raven, those are basic silver clips from the beauty supply store. Come on, you're such a cute girl. Yeah, and I've been looking for David on IG. I'm gonna find David for you. We're gonna find out what's going on.
Stop it, y'all. I knew I shouldn't have said nothing.
We're gonna find David. We need to figure out what's the goings-ons with David, because why didn't David just respectfully answer the question of, are you single or not? Is it complicated?
It's complicated.
It's complicated. So, but yeah, he want to horse around the house about who his mother brought because of the connection there. So here's my only thing with Karen. I just want her to host a little better. Why does she have those people, not those people, why does she have a relative stand in the basement? They literally came up out the basement with their suitcases. It was real cute. You can tell she got everybody matching pajamas. I thought that was really cute. She fed them. She could have fed them more, to your point, because it wasn't enough food that night. But then, so when they were all dressed up in their after 5 cocktail dresses, was that the reunion itself? Like, that's the part that was
No. So the reunion is going to be like a real down south reunion.
Okay, so the pre-party, that was the pre-party. Why was it in the house though? Like, you're all dressed up. Let's get out the house. Why are we dressed up to be in the house?
They are in Bumble Nuck Nuck. Not Surry, but they were outside of Surry.
Nope. My father's side of the family is from Sparta, Georgia. When I was growing up, they had one stoplight. They used to turn the roller skating rink into where they had the hold downs and the low.
I don't know. It's COVID, Danielle.
Okay. But yeah, I was just, that's the part I was disappointed. I was like, they got these pretty dresses on, but yet they're dancing, they're electric sliding up in the living room. I was disappointed in that. I just wanted them to get out the house. I thought the dresses were beautiful because 2 of the girls had on like really like feathery stuff. I thought those were so freaking cute. But yeah, I wanted them to get the party out the house because, to your point, the food was good, everything looked good. But I just wanted them to have a little bit more space to electric slide up and down the Soul Train line and not the hallway. That's all I wanted. Bye-bye. I'm gonna go to
all
lunch.
Right, bye. I love how you guys just ask random questions. Kempire, I have a question. I got my fiance onto you, so he watches me with you daily, and he keeps mentioning your nice bald head. Do you do that yourself? I do. It's a situation, but I do. And it's not even the way that I really want it, because there's certain people that have nice, really nice, clean, clear bald heads. It's a situation. Anyways, let me get to these other calls. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are doing a recap of Karen's spinoff, Karen's Grande reunion that aired last night. And part 2, the final part, will be airing next Sunday. So next Monday, same time, same place, we're going to do a recap of that. But later today at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do a recap, the ultimate recap, the ultimatum recap. If you haven't watched it already, you got a few hours, a couple of hours to watch it, and we'll talk about it later on tonight because I have a lot of thoughts. Yewende, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Yewende?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed the show. When I first heard about Karen getting a show, I was thinking, what has Karen got to talk about really to have a show? But I was pleasantly surprised, and I find it quite interesting that Bravo is actually providing quite a lot of Black family entertainment. We've had quite a few shows, Portia's show, which we won't even go into that, but still it was about a family. Candy's show, which is about a family run restaurant, and then Karen's show, which is shedding a light on something that I think people don't really talk too much about that families in agriculture, which I think is a really important thing. And I also think it's really important that they're highlighting the fact that the older generations need to be thinking about a succession plan, because I think it's something that often happens. It's happened similarly in my family, where it's up until the person is, very, very ill, not really able to make those decisions quite as well as they could have. Yeah. And then it gets to the point where you know, we're kind of scrambling around to do something. We're actually, let's all come up with a plan that we all agree on, which is very important, so that everyone knows what's going on, everyone knows who's going to be involved. For example, I like how Raven said, you know, she doesn't really want access to the farm, but she wants it to stay in the family. So people know, okay, Raven, you don't need to be involved. Who is going to be involved? Who's not going to be involved? So I think that's a really good thing. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I like to see how all the different members of the family, how they all kind of are related and everything like that. And it's good to see Karen in this light, something light and airy, no shouting, no fighting, anything like that. I think it's a really, really good show. And like you, I wish it was like a 3 or 4 parter, not 10. We don't need 10. No. But a 3 or 4 parter where, because they're still going to go through the genealogy of the family and everything. I'm thinking, how are they going to talk about all of that in another 45 minutes? It's going to be quite rushed.
In this first episode felt a little rushed.
It did, because they could have gone into a bit more about the family and different things like that. And I had a question. Maybe they did talk about it in Real Houses of Potomac. Karen's first marriage, is Brandon from Karen's first marriage? I personally didn't know that Karen had a first marriage.
I forgot she had a first marriage, but I know that Brandon wasn't Ray's child. I did know that. I don't know. Well, Karen said it was in the blink of an eye that relationship was over.
Yeah, because I was thinking, oh, okay, Brandon, because you don't assume. But then when she mentioned the first marriage, I was like, okay, that could kind of make sense. But I don't even want to talk more about that. But yeah, that's that. And then in terms of Destiny, that was really, really interesting, because I'm trying to think now, why wouldn't she want to admit that she got a PPP loan? Yeah. To me, that's not a bad thing. So many businesses during the pandemic got a PPP loan, but then when you mention that it's not being paid back, then I was thinking, okay, maybe she doesn't want to talk about it for those reasons. But in terms of that, I'm really, it's really not making sense with Destiny, and she hasn't been making sense since she stepped on the scene, but that's a whole different situation.
It's true, though.
She hasn't really been making sense at all. And last thing I wanted to mention, I'm glad you also spotted the 3 measly bowls of food that that looked like they were from Costco. No shade to Costco or anything like that. And then when she went into the refrigerator to get another thing, I thought she was going to get more. I was like, okay, there's more. She was getting drinks. I was like, huh? How are these big adults eating those free on those paper plates? No shade to paper plates, but still, like, it's a spoon each. Like, yeah.
I felt bad I felt hungry for them.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but the catered food looked good. The catered food did look good.
Yes.
I will give them that. The catered food did look good. But overall, I am pleasantly surprised, and I retract my initial feelings that I had for Karen's show, and I think this is really, really good. So I look forward to next week's episode, and then the week after that, we're coming back to Real Houses of Atlanta. So I can see how everything's leading on to different things, so it makes sense. I'm really, really enjoying your channel and everything like that, Kempire. I know it's past now, but congratulations on your 100K.
Thank you.
It's well deserved, and thanks for doing something at this time, because in the UK now I'm able to tune in live, so I really, really enjoyed it. Hope you have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And part of the reason why we do I try to keep doing some afternoon live is for our international fan base. Look, we have an international fan base, y'all. We got people in Europe. We got people in Africa. We got people in Australia. I mean, Australia, I try, but what time is it there in Australia right now? I can't wait to go to Australia. That's on my list. So, all right, let me get to other folks. I'm going to take these last couple of callers. Florence, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Florence?
Hey, International Kempire. I would say, like everyone has mentioned, I really loved the show. I think it's really cute. You know, you have her show, then you got Candace. It's just a nice little cute segue until we get to the cray-cray of May and the real business.
Not the cray-cray of May.
And I'm a Taurus too, so my birthday is May 9th. So I'm excited about everything coming on in May. Yes. But I'm really excited to see next week, I guess. I thought we were going to see some of that genealogy, because I love watching shows. There's a show called Finding Your Roots. I don't know if you've heard of it, where they do show genealogy of the stars. It comes on on Kira, or PBS. Anyways, I always record it and I love watching it. So I'm excited to see that. And then I said, my concern with the farm, when they said they're not farming, and then they show clips of her not wanting to do winery. I'm like, that's a good idea. There's so much money you can make in winery, from tastings, from doing tours, from
especially with being on this platform too. Now people want to go to Surry.
Free advertisement. And then, setting up how to make wine shows with people to come in. There's some, we'll see. I'm excited to see. It's cute. Like I said, it's a cute show, but I think they should have maybe done maybe 3 or 4 just so it's not so rushed. But or maybe they didn't have a lot of content, because there was some boredom, some slow parts in there. And I think that's when you look at, they have great producers and editors that can kind of make things funny without us knowing. I love the clip of when they said, hey, why don't you want to stay in Surry? And she was like, and was stuttering. And then they did the flashback of how elegant the place they're staying and how country Surry is.
And Karen understands the assignment too, because Karen probably could have easily answered that question, but she wanted to be funny.
Yes, and it was funny because I was just like, okay, we know you're bougie, girl. Come on, it's okay. But that's it. Thank you so much, Kempire. You have a great day.
Have a great rest of your day. All right, we're going to bring up one last caller, guys. But if you're just joining us, we are talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac spinoff that Karen Huger has now. Karen's Grande Reunion. Very long title. But we're enjoying the show. Replay crew, I want to know how you would rate this episode, this first part, and what you thought of the show. All right. Prosperity, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Prosperity?
Hello, y'all.
What's going on?
I love the Grande. I love anything she does.
Oh.
But her daughter, I don't know what that was she had on. And that
wait, which one? This?
Professional? Yeah. Why?
She did go on social media. Her daughter did go on social media and said it wasn't her mom's fault for that look. It was all her.
I hope it wasn't Karen's fault, but she still sat there and let you put that on and get on camera. Like, Karen, you too bougie for that. You know that outfit was ugly as heck. That wig was so thick. Like, that was one of Karen old wigs. Like, what? Where did y'all find that one at? The bottom of the closet? But I like the show. It's a nice show. It takes you back to when we used to have our old family reunions and things like that, getting with the family, just chilling, just having fun and not thinking about all the bullcrap on social media, just enjoying each other. So that was good.
And we're going to see the reunion next week. Prosperity, we
yes,
appreciate
I would
you
like
calling
to.
in. Say it again.
Like the last lady said, it should have been longer. Like a couple of, it's like 1 or 2 more episodes or something, because it's like everything was jumbled, trying to get everything in this one episode, and then the next episode, Nene would call it a two show commercial. So, damn. Yeah, we want to.
Well, let's not do Karen like that.
That's what she would have called it, child. She's better than everybody.
No.
But now I want to talk about Destiny.
Oh, okay.
I have questions and I am confused.
Oh.
She should have left her storyline being everybody else's storyline, because her storyline makes no sense at all. Why you don't have any alimony? Why didn't you receive any child support? Why is your ex-husband not helping you out financially? Because you said nothing about that. How much savings do you actually have? Because if you have savings and that's what you're using, what did you get welfare for? Are you just getting food stamps? Are you getting the whole thing? It's so many girl, you should have left this storyline alone. You make no sense. You was not on welfare last season. Y'all started taping this season right after the reunion. So how much welfare did you get? How long did you get it? When did you start getting it? It makes no sense, because you've been on TV for how many years now, and welfare didn't catch. Yeah, welfare they ain't do no background check on you. And I was told that Georgia it's hard in Georgia to get public assistance. They want you to be damn near destitute. So
okay, they're in Alabama. So
what did you do? I meant to. Well, somebody in Alabama, where the heck they from? Somebody from Huntsville said it's so hard for them to get it. So Like, what did you do? What lie did you tell? Girl, them feds is gonna be coming to your door. You better get it together, get that story together, because it makes no sense. Girl, you about to get welfare fraud. This makes no sense, Destiny.
All right, Prosperity. We
Kempire, you
appreciate
know
you
it make no
calling.
sense.
I know it don't. That's why I'm not saying anything.
She should have stuck to everybody else's storyline, not telling us nothing, because the things that she is telling us is not adding up. Like, lady, if you don't rent them spaces out real soon and get you some income coming in, so when they do come with them papers, you can pay them people their money back, because they want their money.
They do want their money. All right, Prosperity. We appreciate you calling in.
Okay, baby. I'll have a safe one.
You too. Y'all are a mess. Y'all really, really coming for Destiny. But it's true. When you think about Destiny's storyline throughout her time on Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's always like, what happened to Chicken Man? What's going on? You're divorced now? What? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Shout out to everyone that called in. I appreciate you all being here for not our Love and Marriage, but we were talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac spinoff, Karen's, I always forget the name, Karen's Grand Dame reunion. I always want to say Karen's Grand Dame family reunion, but it's Karen's Grand Dame reunion. Don't worry, if you didn't record it, it will be recorded because you have Real Housewives of Potomac recorded. So don't worry. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. We appreciate you all being here for your lunchtime break of talking about this. We will be back next week, same time, same place, to recap this show. And we will be back later today for the ultimatum. Yeah, recap on Netflix, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to our Team Kempire Royal Court members. Again, thank you all for being here. Let's get out of here. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all. What song do I want to play? Oh, shoot. All right, let's get out of here.
Excuse me while I play my brand new favorite part. Singing praises in the rain and I'm dancing in the dark. I got a brand new lens to look through every day. Happiness doesn't last, so I found a better way. And it feels like sunshine on my shoulders. It's the good life coming closer. I'm walking in the light. I'm gonna be just fine. This new joy of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's finally going right. It's summer all the time. This new joy of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm not the only one. I hope you feel it too. Cause when you found your groove, you got nothing to lose. I've been there and back again, but I'm on to better days. Nothing can stop me now, so don't stand in the way. Cause I feel like sunshine on my shoulders. It's the good life coming closer. I'm walking in the light. I'm gonna be just fine. This new joy of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's finally going right. It's summer all the time. This new joy of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Feel like sunshine on my shoulder. It's the good life coming closer. Feel like sunshine on my shoulder. shine. Let it shine.